Hey everyone, welcome back. So today is Friday. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Been kind of feeling crappy for the last 2 days. I don't know whether it's a cold that I'm getting or something like that, but my sinuses are starting to flare up a little bit, and I'm feeling like under the weather. I'm just down and out. So we're going to try to make this relatively quick. A couple things to talk about. BitDigital provided a little bit of update on their Q1 production for 2022. Then we have a story on Bitcoin getting to possibly 24K before this is all said and done with the lows. We also will take a look at Bitcoin right now. We're in the 5th week where we're kind of having a red candle right now for the 5th week in a row. We got 2 more days to go on that, so we'll take a look at that, see what that actually means. And we'll talk about the, obviously, announcement from Riot a couple of days ago where they said they're going to be at 1 gigawatt and actually what that means for their hash rate, what they can actually do with it. So we'll take a look at that as well. So as always, not financial advice. I'm invested in the following coins and companies. And let's take a look at the miners here. So ANY was down today, 5.52% to $1.37. It looks like it hit a low today. Let's see, yesterday it hit a low of 132. We're looking on the daily chart here on these. So it was actually down, but it's up a little bit now, up 1.46% in the after hours to $1.39. Argo was up 0.2 to 80 cents today. BitDigital was actually down 7.73% today, and then to $2.03, and then in the after hours, up 3.45% to $2.10. It looks like it hit a low yesterday of 195. Bitfarms was down 4% to $2.88. I actually picked up a little bit of Bitfarms today, but another 160 shares of it. I got in at a little bit higher, got in at 310. So was 310. So I kind of got in at the high for today, but I did buy some more as it dipped. I'll probably buy some more when it does dip even more. Cleanspark was down 7.81% to $6.49. I will probably end up buying some more Cleanspark as well once the price goes down maybe a little bit more. I don't know. It's looking really attractive to me right now, but it is up 3.54% in the after hours to $6.72. Cores was down 5.89% to $5.91. It's up a little bit, 1.52% to $6 in the after hours. Digihost was down 5.84% to $2.58. DMG was down 6.33% to 37 cents. Hive was down 8.75% to $1.46. It's up 2.05% to $1.49 in the after hours right now. And it looks like it has basically reached its low here in a long time. Looking back at the chart, it's been a while since they were at $1.46. So everything is kind of bottoming out here for the past, I think the last time, let me see, the 52-week low on it. Does it say low? $1.46, yeah. So we're at the 1-year low on it. Right now, Hut 8 was down 5.82% to $3.56. It's up 2.25% to $3.64. And it looks like it has also reached, well, no, it hasn't reached the 52-week low. 52-week low was $3.15. It's at $3.43 here yesterday. Iris Energy was down 11.78% to $8.69. It is up now 3.57% to $9 in the after hours. And the 52-week low on that one is $8.55, which was back here in January. Luxxfolio was up 2.33% to 22 cents. Marathon was down 7.47% to $15.60. And it is up 1.28% to $15.80 right now. It seems to be at the 50-week low here at $15.53, which was reached today on the chart. Mawson was down 7.89% to $3.85. 52-week low on that one is $2, and that one, don't know when that one was. That one was a while ago. Riot Blockchain was down 7.31% to $10.14. It is now up 0.79% to $10.22 in the after hours. It has also reached the 52-week low here at $10.11 today, which we're seeing a lot of these miners hitting their 52-week lows. And Stronghold was down. It was actually up 0.52% to $3.80, but it is down in the after hours to 2.56% to $3.80, and that is also. 52-week low was $3.51, so it has also reached a low here yesterday on the chart. So a lot of these guys are obviously down, way down. Obviously, Bitcoin is not. I don't believe Bitcoin is down to its 52-week lows, but it's getting close to that right now. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin right now is at 38,572, and this is on the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, we're looking kind of flat here, trading a little bit sideways. We obviously peaked a little bit here yesterday at around 40,300 or so, and then we've been falling back down. If we look at the 1 week chart on it, this is the part that's concerning to me. We are in the 5th week here, and we're in the red. We need to get above 39,750 roughly to end the week in the green. We obviously have basically 2 days left in the chart, so Saturday and Sunday. So Sunday's chart will be interesting to see how we actually end up. The weekend will be interesting as well to see how we do and whether or not we fall back down. But we obviously came close again to this week to our support here at 37,500. And looking back at the data here, the last time I haven't seen any other days or any other time span where we were down 5 weeks in a row. I found a couple 4 weeks that we were down. The last time was in 2020. If you go far enough back here, we can show it. Let's see here. So here we had 3, here we had 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This was back in June of 2020. And then we obviously had a nice rally here. Prior to that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 here in September, October in 2019. And we obviously went up and then came back down. After that, we had a nice rally going forward. This is where we actually came down and touched basically 3,800 and then rallied from there. And going further back, let's see, we had 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I can't find anything where we've had 5 weeks in a row where we're in the red. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen there. We got another 3 here. We had another 4 here back on August 16th, 2016. And then we obviously rallied from there after the 4 weeks. So it will be really interesting to see. We had it also here, and this is in August of 2015. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks where we were down, and then we rallied up again. So are we set to rally again? Only time will tell, obviously. We never, or at least I've never seen a 5-week red line or red candles in a row here going back to 2015. And this is as far as the chart goes. So it will be definitely interesting to see what happens here. We're either going to go, falling lower, or we're going to go straight up, possibly like a little rocket ship here going into the summer and things. But we'll see how this plays out. And then let's take a look at Ethereum here really quick. So Ethereum is also in the 4th week on the chart going down. It's at 2,819 right now. And let's go back to the 1 hour chart. And it is also trading sideways right now. So no direction really as far as which way to go right now on it. The other interesting part of it is that total hash rate on Bitcoin for the network has jumped. If we look at the 7-day averages, we can see here in the last couple of days, basically in this last week here, it has gone up to a new high of 223 million for the 7-day average. And if we look at the raw values, we have gone up to 243, which is almost close to the previous high of 248. So hash rate is obviously increasing again, which is obviously usually a little bullish sign for the network. So we'll see how it plays out. All right, so let's get into the first story here, which is on Bitcoin halving. Analysis hints at 24K bottom before the end of 2022. So traders are saying BTC current price action aligns with the Bitcoin halving model, leading some analysts to expect a 24,000 bottom before the end of the year. That would be at least another, what would that be? Another 25, 30% drop from where we are right now, roughly. Bitcoin price failed to hit the long predicted 100,000 level in 2021, and many crypto analysts now find themselves wondering about the outlook for the next 6 to 12 months. Right, we're all kind of thinking what's going to happen with it. Currently, BTC price trades below 40,000, and various technical analysis metrics suggest that further downside is more likely that a recovery to 40,000 or 45,000 range. So here's one possibility. So Bitcoin could bottom in November, December. So Twitter user Wolves of Crypto, whose analysis indicates that the most probable bear market bottom for Bitcoin will take place in November to December of 2022. And here is his chart. So he's following the 1 week chart, and he's seeing the bottoms here on, I believe this is the, what is he using here? I believe, let me see, the 200 week simple moving average. So he's using the 200 simple week moving average. on the green line here. He's predicting it's going to be around here, and that we've obviously touched it back here in 2020. We've also touched in 2019, going back to 2015, it looks like, and we've always bounced off of it. So that's possibly where we may obviously bottom out here. That's what he's thinking, at least. Or we could continue going up higher, so we just don't know. So here's what he had to say. So the 20-week simple moving average has been the long-tested bear market bottom indicator for Bitcoin, and hence the bottom will likely be placed at 24,000, which could happen. Anything is possible, obviously. Should this model play out, the price of BTC will break above its previous all-time high sometime around August or September of 2023, so a full year from basically now, year and 3 months, which would kind of coincide with the halving events that we've seen before, where we then, usually a year before, we start rocketing back up. Bitcoin seems a bit undervalued here, so the possibility that the bottom in BTC could come before the end of 22 was hinted at by Willy Woo, an independent market analyst who posted the following chart suggesting that the orange coin seems a bit undervalued here. Here's obviously the blue line is the price of Bitcoin going up or down, and then you got the red line here, which represents whether it's oversold, basically, or shock supply. So highly liquid supply shock oscillator, source Twitter. So the highly liquid supply shock metric quantifies on-chain demand and supply and shows its relative movement in standard deviations from the long-term average. As shown on the chart above, each time the oscillator dipped as low as the current reading, the price of BTC entered a sharp rally shortly thereafter. So we could see it here where we dipped below it. We've obviously had a nice rally up. We came back down here close, and then we rallied up again, and here, and we rallied up. And we also had it obviously here as well, which was a slighter rally. And then obviously we've come back down, and looks like we may be rallying again. So there's another viewpoint. Here's another one. Bitcoin price is at midterm low. So according to Swift, the active address sentiment indicator, AASI, suggests that BTC is in a buy zone. So you can see anytime it dips below this kind of green line here, it becomes a buying opportunity, possibly for the price to go up higher. And it has obviously fared pretty well. According to Swift, the AASI is currently back in the green zone, which suggests that the Bitcoin price change is at a sensible level relative to active address changes. Swift said this tool has a good hit rate across bull and bear market for signaling a midterm low. So there's another possibility. Generally, it appears as though Bitcoin's price action is keeping in line with the previous established 4-year cycles, albeit to a lesser percentage increase than expected. So yeah, we're seeing this obviously play out. It's not like the previous cycles that we've had. It seems like we haven't gone way low from the all-time high like we did in 2017 to 2018 and into 2019, obviously. It seems like it has stabilized a little bit, at least in my opinion. So just wanted to point that out to you guys. And let's get into Bit Digital, and then we'll get into Riot's possible hash rate that they could get with the 1 gigawatts. So Bit Digital Inc. announces Bitcoin production and mining operations update for the first quarter of 2022. So the company earned 194.48 Bitcoin and 189.26 Ethereum during the quarter. Factors impacting production include the company's ongoing miner redeployment program, growth in the overall Bitcoin network hash rate, and the number of days in the quarter. Treasury holdings of BTC and Ethereum were 832.14 and 266.71, with a fair market value of approximately 37.9 million and 0.9 million on March, respectively. As of March 31, 22, 36.9% of their own fleet, or 9,748 Bitcoin miners and 713 Ethereum miners, representing 0.544 exahash and 0.188 terahash, respectively, was deployed in North America. 27.8 of our fleet, or 7,710 Bitcoin miners representing 0.457, was deployed in North America as of December 31st. So that's kind of what the numbers I have here for Bit Digital. We have them at currently at the end of March of 542, which is really close. They're saying 544 on it. What else can I point out here? We did increase, obviously, their BTC HODL, which they spoke about further down below, I believe. Where was it? Nope, 832 right here. So it's right there. The company owned 20. We spoke about that. As of the date of this press release, the company had received 2,515 machines pursuant to its previous announced 10,000 unit purchase agreement with Bitmain Technologies. The final installment is expected to ship in June 2022. Pro forma for these announced purchases, our maximum total hash rate is expected to be approximately 2.67. I have them a little bit higher on that, and I think maybe having to get rid of some miners. I have them at 2.76 with all the miners here. I'm guessing that these 19.7 terahash miners are going to be going out. They originally had 2,752. But in order to get the numbers to where they reported them at being at the end of March, I had to get rid of some of those, lower it, and install some of these 1,038 here to get us to this 542 with the 9,748 miners being installed right now. So that's where we are with that. So we're looking at approximately 3.9 million on these. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. We're not getting monthly updates, so it's kind of hard to keep track of it all. But we'll see how close we can get on it. And let's see what else do they provide here. Covered that. The company purchased also 706 Bitcoin miners on the spot market during the first quarter. Didn't provide as far as how much exahash or what the hash rate is on those. The company took delivery of these machines during April 2022. The company also sold 100 micro BT Watts miners, M21S Bitcoin miners during the quarter. So they are selling some of the older miners, which is good. And then down here, so Compute North currently provides approximately 20 megawatts of capacity for our miners. Our overall expected future hosting capacity with Compute North is approximately 48 megawatts. We expect the remaining approximately 28 megawatts of anticipated hosting deployments to begin following our delivery of related equipment in the second half of 2022. And they obviously have miners that still need to get installed. So looking at the numbers here, obviously we're not keeping track of the monthly production because they're not providing it, so it's hard to do that. But we are showing that possibly around 4 million that they might be at. And it did increase the Ethereum miners to 713. I had them at 712 prior to this from their latest announcement, which they provided on December 31st, I believe. Other than that, if we're looking at the price of everything, seeing where they are at and where they're going to be at, I have them right now at future hash rate 2.76 current. So they're about 19.61% operational from future hash rate right now. Average hash rate per miner is right around 55 terahash right now, which is pretty low. And we're obviously looking at 20 price range multiple bullets to bring that down to about 12 or so. I would have them be about 638. They're at 203 right now. Obviously, they have the miners that they just need to get them installed. I think once they do that, they're going to start producing obviously more. The other hard part is trying to see if they're actually growing in their Bitcoin production month over month because they're not providing their monthly updates. So I wish they would do that. But overall, I think they're still undervalued. And I think given if they could provide their monthly updates, I think that would also help them out, especially when they start growing their hash rate even more. Would help, especially investors, build confidence in them. So those are my 2 cents on that. Let me know what you guys think of that. And let's get into Riot. So Riot obviously provided, I'm not going to pull up the article here, but I used this article here to figure out how much energy or watts can convert over to hash rate. So I use this article here, and we do know that obviously Riot provided they're going to be at 1 gigawatt. Here, let me zoom this in for you guys so you guys can see this a little bit better. Okay, so we do have them at 1 gigawatt potential by like 2023, 2024. They're saying they're going to be at 400 megawatts sometime next year, so we'll make that 0.4. So by next year, if all things go well, the site gets built out, they get to 400 megawatts, they would basically be at, well, let's go back here. Depending on the miners. So let's set the miners here at 100 terahash as potential. So we're also using only 80% of the full load, right? Because I don't think you can ever use the full load of the power grid. So you have to use about 80% of that, which would be around 320 kilowatts. And that would give us, I'm estimating about 3.1 kilowatts per miner. Correct me on any of these numbers if you think these are wrong or if I'm off on this. I believe these numbers are correct. But you could be anywhere between 3.3 and like 3.05, I think, on some of the miners. So I'm going to just use the 3.1 on here. This is how many miners they could have based on their supply of electricity. So they could have about 103,000 miners added into it. At 100 terahash, that would represent approximately well, that would represent about 10.32 exahash of additional hash rate from where they are right now. I think they're going to be at 12.7 or something like that, 12.6 exahash. This would obviously get them up to 22. Now, here's the interesting part. The newer miners are obviously coming out, the 140 terahash miners. So if they get those, we're getting them to be at 14.45 exahash. Now, if those are going to be immersion cooled, you can even bump them up to maybe like 155 because you can overclock them. Now you're looking at 16 exahash, right? So this is huge. This is a huge growth for them. That would represent a lot of miners possibly being installed. Now, if they get this to a total of 1 exahash or 1 gigawatt, you're looking at basically having 40 exahash of potential hashing power through that supply of electricity. And if they get the Bitmain miners that are already immersion cooled, which are like 192, because those are, you're basically looking out a year to 2 years out of getting those installed, you're looking at approximately 50 exahash potential, I'm guessing, on what they could be mining with it. So kind of interesting as far as how high they could go with it, depending on the miners that they get. So, I mean, even if they average at about 150 terahash per miners, it's still 38 or so exahash, which is really big, which would get them in line with Core Scientific, Marathon as well. Marathon's looking to be at, what, 32, I believe. So this would get them there and then some. Obviously, we don't know what Marathon's going to provide, but Marathon's talking about that they would welcome a buyout too. So who knows what's going to happen there. But that's it. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you guys thought of all this. Maybe went a little bit longer than I wanted to. I'm going to go grab some NyQuil and probably get into bed. So that's it. If you guys enjoyed it, obviously the spreadsheet is available to Patreon members. You guys can get it there. And thank you so much for the Patreon members for their support there. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. That's all I ask of you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, depending on how I feel. All right, that's it. See you guys. Have a good one. Bye.